The state opposition has crunched the government into plans to destroy Hoon's cars. Just 3 hours after the opposition announced car-crushing legislation, the TAC minister unveiled his own.
Opposition pressure has seen more force applied to Hoon Law's 800 tonnes of force to be exact. Just after 9:30, Ted Baillieu announced a coalition government would ramp up penalties for Hoons.
And we intend to send a strong message that a coalition government will not tolerate Hoon driving.
Just over 3 hours later, the government joined in the rush to crush.
We're willing to announce that we are able, in certain circumstances, to crush the cars of dangerous Hoon drivers.
Only as recently as Tuesday, the Premier had been more cautious.
I'm not saying we're going to do these things, sure. But I'm saying they're on the table and we need a community discussion.
Under the opposition plan, Hoons would lose their cars for 3 months for a first offence, and a magistrate could crush a car for a third offence within 6 years, but only if the vehicle is owned outright by the Hoon. The government's intention is to crush vehicles that are heavily modified or unroadworthy. The chest thumping by both parties is very much for show rather than effect. Of the just under 10,000 Hoons caught over the past 3.5 years, only a tiny minority have offended 3 times. In fact, the total number of vehicles eligible for crushing under either policy is less than 100. After this week's string of high-profile hooning offences, the timing of the announcements is not coincidental. So far this year, there have already been 174 cars seized. Baud, 10 News.